My husband complained that I was like a blow-up doll in bed, lacking passion. So I turned around and went to a nightclub where I found a male model to please me. I then told my husband, the problem lies with you. It was the third Valentine's Day after our marriage. I was standing at the entrance, holding a new phone and a bouquet of flowers, happy as a lark. But then I heard Samuel on a call, complaining to his friends about my performance in bed. Samuel Lawson, my husband, was smoking on the balcony. He muttered, "See you at the club tonight." I backed off quietly, my heart aching. Samuel courted me back when he needed money to get through a hurdle. I gave him my money and helped tie his company over. Then he started getting busy. We'd been married for 3 years and life was nothing but peaceful, albeit boring. Sometimes Samuel would buy me gifts. Sometimes. At the time, I always thought I was the happiest girl in the world. It was shocking that he found me to be rubbish. 3 years in, he was already showing signs of cheating. Well, two could play the game. I tossed the gifts into the bin and went straight to the club. It was just money in exchange for fun, after all. The sun was already setting, but the heat of love was still raging on. There was an air of lust hanging about brochures and promotions for Valentine's Day were abundant and couples filled the streets. I stopped my car and the club's manager greeted me. "Alone today, Miss Croyford?" "Yes. Get me someone young, hot, and down for anything." Before I got married, I would always wine and dine with my clients in this club. It was a good place. Manager took me into a parlor and then a row of models came in. 6 feet tall, 8-packs. Yeah, they were all handsome. Guess they knew what women liked. I eyed them all and was about to appoint one as my playmate. But a young man came barging in. The young man took up the tail of the line. He was flushed and his eyes were clear and filled with innocence. I pointed at him. This one. Everyone left and the lad stayed. He introduced himself. "I'm Ronald Weeks, lady, 23 years old, and I've just graduated from college. Oh, here's a gift for you." He took out a pot of mint, apparently from out of nowhere. The smell sobered me up, and I was half amused. "It is Valentine's Day today, and you gave me this?" "Yes, I bought this for you," said Ronald earnestly. "Why, you're a beautiful woman, and yet you still came to this place on Valentine's Day. I'm sure you know that this place can give you something better than a relationship." No arguments against that. I grabbed Ronald's hand and asked him to drink with me. When I sobered up once more, it was already the next day. I found myself in an unfamiliar bed and it jolted me awake. The air was filled with the aroma of food. I looked around and found myself in a clean apartment. My clothes weren't changed, thank goodness. Someone texted me. "Samuel working overtime tonight. Happy Valentine's Day, honey." I scrolled through TikTok. Samuel probably had no idea that I knew his secret account's details. He had a short uploaded. That bastard was having fun with some ladies. They looked fresh and innocent. He had a good eye for them, I guess. I downloaded the video and wondered when I should confront him. Then someone opened the door and Ronald stuck his head in. "Oh, hi. I made some soup. You want some?" "Just finished showering." And water dripped from his hair. His t-shirt clung to his pecs tightly. And I thought he must be a good seducer. "Hey, Ronald, I need you to put on an act with me. I'll give you 30 grand. Sound good? And I'll also put in a recommendation letter. I'm friends with the boss of the company you want to work with." Ronald was stunned and he smiled. "I don't need the money. I just need you to be my girlfriend for 3 months. Is that all right?" Huh? That was an interesting offer. He had a deal. I sincerely hoped Samuel would be able to handle the missile going his way. I got Ronald a job at Samuel's company. My family funded it, but I didn't like to be bound to anything, so I set up a designing hustle at home after I got hitched. Sometimes I'd forget to eat when I got busy. I made good money from this hustle, and my family was well off. All in all, life was great for me. I brought Ronald in and told HR this is my guy. Get him a job, maybe start as an assistant. I figured if I was going to do it anyway, I might as well go for broke. I would make sure everything he had in the company was scrubbed away. The first step to my master plan was to position a pawn of my own inside the establishment. Ronald was a present I wanted for Samuel, so he had to know about the lad. The HR manager was a little hesitant about letting me go to the office. I noticed that, and I knew something was up. There was nothing to worry about unless Samuel was up to something. I ignored the manager and made a beeline for the office. The manager whipped his phone out, and I pretended not to see it. A few moments later, I knocked on the door and went into the office. Samuel was shocked to see me. I tasted perfume in the air. "Oh, honey, what brings you here?" I smiled. "I wanted to check on you," I said. Samuel chuckled. I had to hand it to him. Even though I'd made it clear, he still didn't believe the jig was up. He stood up and kissed my cheek. How disgusting. Guts knew what he did with these lips the night before. I dodged his kiss, and Samuel arched his eyebrow. "You changed shampoo." "Oh, right. I forgot that Ronald's shampoo was mint-scented while mine was rose-scented." "Yeah, got a sample. I thought it was fine." There was lust in his eyes, but it only flickered for a moment. I snapped my fingers. "Oh, I got a newbie for you." Ronald came in. Samuel was stunned to see him. I said, "He's a fresh graduate looking for a job, so I thought he could start with us." "Yeah, sure." Ronald smiled. "Thank you, Noel." "Thank you, Mr. Lawson." He left. Samuel was upset, and he put an arm around me. "He calls you Noel. Well, I can see he's closer to you than me. I guess you doubt more on him now." I arched my eyebrow. "I mean, he's my junior back in college, and now he's your employee. He can't be all friendly and close to you at work. What do you want him to call you then? Samuel? Or Sam's good too." I heard something move under Samuel's desk, and I smirked. I don't think he's going to be that friendly with a soon-to-be ex of mine. I thought I tedded on Samuel's tie. "Will you be there for dinner tonight?" "No, I have to meet some clients." "I see." "Oh, my ovulation's in 2 days. Remember that I said Samuel's mother has been bothering us about getting a child? I was really reluctant about it at first, but things were different now. More importantly, I could choose the child's father. I only brought it up to find out how important his mistress was to him." Samuel mused over it and nodded. I knew he thought about all possibilities during the brief silence. He seemed to be struggling with his decision, but I ignored it. I then left the office. Samuel saw me off, but he didn't come after me. I knew he was hiding someone under his desk.